It's like I'm done. When I come back to the individual,
You were introduced to crisis here. 150 years of life-changing stories unfolded in our classrooms and laboratories, studios and residence halls, pathways and playgrounds. Each era has brought extraordinary individuals, talent, compassion, and hard work that have made all that exists. Now, it's our time to write the next 150 years of this story, our story. Let's write it together.
Yesterday's game, the number one star of yesterday's game, and Megan Ricard. Back on defense, it's going to be Rachel Rockwell and Kate Friesen. Between the pipes, it's going to be Madison Myers, the sophomore out of Colchester, Vermont, on the season 3-3, a 2.14 goals against, and a save percentage of .917. The Wildcats will send out Chapman, Curtis, and Taves. Back on the blue line, Schlegel with Peltier. Hillary Cashin gets a start for the Wildcats, sophomore, standing at 5'11". 8 games played on the season, a 3-4-0 goals against, a 3.01 save. Check that, a 3-4-0 record, a 3.01 goals against, and a save percentage hovering at that 90% mark. Our officials for today's game, as assigned by the Hockey Association, Thomas Fire, Bob Sloper. On the line, it's going to be Douglas Place and Crystal Parent. Faceoff pushed all the way back into the Providence zone, just underway here from Durham, around to the near side wing, controlled here by the Friars. They try to lift up and out with Putina. Up ice along the near side left, Boquist, cross ice diagonal, all the way back into the New Hampshire zone. Wildcats, once again in their white, skating left to right during the first period of play. Behind the net, corner feed, taken here by the Friars. A backhanded feed to the circle now, in front, a wrister in and a score. Christina Putina, the sophomore out of Grimsby, Ontario, notches her 7th of the season. And just like that, it's a 1-0 game in favor of Providence.
Yeah, that's just what the doctor did know. Cats, as they wanted to establish some kind of confidence here in this game. And first shift out on the ice, first time down the ice for the Friars, the sophomore out of Ontario, picking up her 17th point of the season. Yeah, and that's a top line between Christina Putina and Brooke Boquist. Now 32 points, maybe 33 points if Boquist is put on as an assist in that play. All right, Wildcats have to regroup here and just put that behind them.
Chase down into the zone. There's Howard behind her own net. Wildcats play along the far side left. They try to bank it off the wall. Caslett was over there trying to get a handle of it. Wildcats clear it back. on the far neutral, sent right back on into the New Hampshire zone. Just about a minute into this one already, a Providence lead of 1-0. Back up to the point, held in here on the near side left by Francu. Along the near corner, played here by the Wildcats, and there's Hazlitt. She wraps it around out to the far wing. Wildcats try to clear up and out with Prowse. Comes all the way back through center. Not going to be enough on this one for an icing whistle. So back behind the net, Providence College looking to outlet, feed it out to the far side right. Bouncing puck back across center. And here come the Friars back the other way with Parent. She'll send one in, and it's sticked aside by Cashin. Out to the far corner, Wildcats look to clear it up and out. They do walk it up along the far side wing with McManus. Lifted to the corner on the stick side right of Madison Myers. Around to the near wing, here's Turner. Turner on the right side, tries to feed it to the corner. Broken up behind the net, controlled there by the Friars and by Klein. Out along the far wing, a big diagonal looking out to the near side left. Here comes Carroll. She sends one in. Save made with the pad by Cashin. Comes back behind the net, turned over again. Another blast from the circle is redirected wide off the stick of Hardy. Out to the near corner. Here's Boquist. She tries to feed one further down low. Along the near wing, back up to the point. Inside blue line. Here is a slap shot that's blocked down. It didn't reach Cashin. Along the near circle, Wildcats with a diagonal out to the far side left, and they'll lift it into the Providence zone with 17:50 to go.
Yeah, Wildcats have to again get their skates under them to get into some open space and work the puck up ice.
Curtis trying to carry along the near side right on the takeaway. She gains the line outside right circle. Now follows it up to the corner. Behind the net, gets pinched off against the wall. Tries to cycle it around the zone. Back up to the point, kept in on the far side left. Bouncing puck on the shot in front. Schlegel tried to get it all the way through. It comes bouncing onto the forehand stick of the Friars out to the near wing. It's going to be fed up ice by Putinha all the way back into the New Hampshire zone. Wildcats with a quick cycle around behind their own net. Outlet feed out to the near right. There's Taves. Here's Schlegel now. Schlegel with a backhanded feed over for Jonna. She gains a line. Tries to force a shot off, but she was sandwiched off by two Providence defenders right there in front of them. Out to the far side right circle. Providence looking to clear up and out. They do so back through center. Comes through the red line and now into the Wildcat end. Out to the far side right. Carried along by Sansone. Wildcats now on the takeaway through the corner. Here's Fedeski. Fedeski now back through center. Short feed up ahead. Bouncing puck to the corner. Wildcats try to chase down. Inside 17 to go here in the first period. Wildcats down a tally. 1-0 on an early goal by Providence College's Christina Putinha. Penalty coming up here against the Friars on a takedown. Taylor was taken down as she tried to skate towards the slot. And we're going to have a power play with 16:32 to go.
Yeah, that's a good little fortune there for the Wildcats. Devin Taylor was trying to reach behind her to kind of touch the puck up. And just kind of, I thought she was just kind of off balance, and Avery Franco was just standing right there, and a little bit of bump, but Cats will take the penalty on Providence.
Quick shot on the draw. Unitil power play right now. Unitil energy for life. Congratulations to women's volleyball. 4 straight America East titles to their credit. 13, 14, 15, and now 16, heading off to the NCAA's, the selection show next week. Here's Schlegel back up to the point. Wildcats play with Peltier out to the far side left. Back up to Peltier. Back and forth she plays with Jonna. Jonna top left circle. Down low feed. Schlegel tries to lift one up and over the shoulder. Cleared back to and through the point. 1 minute 38 seconds to go on the Wildcats Unitil power play.
The netminder Madison Myers was covering down low in that shot by Schlegel.
Been sent in towards Myers, and she'll hold on for the faceoff coming up in her own end, this time with 1:27 to go.
Yeah, another good bid, that one by the defenseman, Julia Fedeski. That Schlegel bid, she needed to really just kind of chip the puck up over Myers, as Myers had everything shut off down low.
Back up to the point, a big blast off the stick of Howren. Finds its way all the way through, but it's gloved down by Myers again.
Yeah, she saw that the whole way. Came right up about eye height. And it's kind of easy for a goalie. They can stand right up, snag it with their big paw. So a few bids on net here in the power play bodes well for the Wildcats. We'll get a new line out there.
Right side of Myers, out to the corner, now to the near side wing. Going to be cleared up and out, angled up along the near half wall. Sansone got it back to center. Wildcats take it back quickly now. Fedeski, short feed, touch feed up ice for Taves. Taves looking for some help on her left. Drops it back. A wrister in by Fedeski is held on to by Myers again.
Yeah, nice little play there. Ends up on the stick on the forehand side of Fedeski. It was a little fluttering puck that she got a hold of pretty well and made a Excellent shot. It had to be saved by Myers up on the right shoulder.
This time it's glove side left of Myers. Back up to the point here, Schlegel. Schlegel top right circle, looking down low, gets it to the corner. Drop back feed. Here's Schlegel again, gets it back to the point. Peltier looking down to the circle. Here's Schlegel trying to tee one up again. Hits the right shoulder, and this one bounces its way in. And the Wildcats notch a power play tally. 47 remained on the power play. Julia Fideschi, 1-all on the Wildcat tally.
Yeah, so I was just talking about a fluttering puck there. An excellent shot was made by the Wildcats. Well, another fluttering shot here. And this one just kind of butterflied its way, got down to the ice, just slid its way past the goaltender, Madison Myers. It just bounced in. It might have actually deflected off a defenseman, or maybe Taves, Carly Taves. Might have gotten a deflection. We'll get the official call to you, but a good power play goal by the Cats.
Bit of a handcuff shot there by Fideschi and just bounced its way in. So now it's a 1-all game. We approach the 5-minute mark here of the first period. Outside right circle. Providence in their offensive zone. Out to the far wing. Controlled over there by Boquist. She blows a tire, and now it's taken back by the Wildcats. They send it further behind their net. Fideschi is going to get credited for this one. The junior defenseman for the Wildcats right there between the dots. A one-time bid. Broken up. Coutinho is right there between the hashes looking for a one-time bid, and now it comes all the way back into the Providence zone. Friars now looking to skate back through their own line, up along the far side right. Wildcats have to chase down into their own end. Out to the far side left, back through center. Wildcats now lifted into the opposite end of the ice on a bit of a change there for their decor. Behind the net, played here by Taylor. Taylor around through the near corner. Cleared back up and out of the zone by the Friars. Comes back to the center red line, and now lumbering her way out to the far side right is Hardy, 6 foot even, as she carries up ice out to the far corner. Cycling around over on the far side, Carroll's gets off the side of the net. May have grazed Cashin. Back up to the point, controlled by the Friars. Inside blue line left point. Here's a wrister that's knocked down in front, and a follow-up bid is held onto by Cashin. Nice job there, as right there on the doorstep, the Friars tried to jam one home. Looked like it was McHugh right there.
Oh, I thought that was going to be in the back of the net. McHugh streaking through the slot area, picked it clean. I don't know how Cashin made the save on that. And that was the fourth line center. There's no fourth line right wing or left wing, so Kathleen McHugh is actually rotating with Nevi Van Pelt as that third line center. And yeah, I don't know how that was saved, but a tremendous save by Hillary Cashin.
So right side of Hillary is where we're going to get the face-off, near dot to us. And the Wildcats try to chase down out to the corner on the far side. Wildcats on the chase down. Howren over there. Comes back to center. There to play is Rockwell. She'll fire it back on into the New Hampshire end. Inside 14 to go. Here in the first period, 1-all, as Taves has to retreat back and regather possession of her puck as she lost it along the near circle. Providence comes away with it. Back along to the near side left. Fires into the zone. Sansone behind the net looking to feed one in front. Fideschi was the only sweater there. That one for the Wildcats. Kept in on the far side right point. Fideschi will now control on her corner. Around out to the opposite corner on the near side right. Howren tried to clear it up ice. Curtis is going to try to chase down, and instead, to avoid the icing, it's going to go on net, and to avoid any sort of pressure from Jonna Curtis, it's going to be held onto by Myers. 13:01 to go.
Yeah, Myers, knowing that her teammates had been out there a while and needed a line change, just covered it up. She could have moved the puck and given it to the defenseman, but why take a chance when the opposition's best player is out there on the ice?
Chase down to the corner here. McManus. And now up along the near side left to carry up by Providence into the UNH end. Offside the whistle. 12:47 to go here in the first. We'll step aside. 1-all between the Wildcats and the Friars. This is Wildcat hockey from Learfield. Wildcats on the PK now for the next 1 minute and 43 seconds. Back up to the point. Providence College in the offensive zone. A wrister off the end wall, taken back by the Wildcats and cleared back to center.
Yeah, Carly Turner picks up 2 minutes for slashing. That's the call.
Wildcats play here to the near corner. Schlegel in her own end, trying to clear it back the length of the ice. She does so as Myers comes out of her crease to play. 12 minutes remaining here in the first period. Providence back into the offensive zone. Top circle right side. Looking for a centering bid. Hits a skate, comes back up to the point. Dove out to the far side right. Carried over there by Franzo. Back over to Dove. Cross ice, top right circle. Trying to creep their way in are the Friars. Back up top to the point. Held on to there by Franzo. Out to the far wing. One-time bid. Not a full stick on it there by Putinha. Followed up to the far kick plate and now cleared back to and through the point. 11 minutes, 36 seconds to go. Inside a minute. Well inside a minute to play here on this power play for PC. 44 ticks to go. Inside left point. Boquist tried to handle. Now it's Fedeski, and Fedeski will now whip it back the length of the ice. Once again, bouncing puck all the way in towards Myers as she comes just about 12 feet outside of her crease to play on her left side. Up along the far side right. Played back by Putinha. She tries to carry up ice. Backhanded along by Putinha again as she followed up on the loose puck in front of the Hillary Witt bench on the opposite end. 16 now to go here on the power play for the Friars. Devin Taylor trying to take it away here from the Friars and Friesen. Comes back over the line. Offside, the call on the Friars. So now 4 ticks to go on the power play for Providence. It's 1-all. And we stop play with 10:51 to go.
Yeah, number 17 and number 18 for the Wildcats. That's Devin Taylor and Kate Haslett doing yeoman's work, hounding the puck carriers of Providence, not allowing them to get set up in their power play formation, especially out at center ice, and Kate Haslett pressuring down to the Providence zone. Good penalty killing for the Cats.
So back to 5-on-5. Providence deep in their own zone. Wildcats going to try to take it away here with Taves here on the near half wall. Peltier keeps it in on the point. Taves with a carry here on the near corner. Outside right hashes now. Backhanded up and out of the zone, courtesy of the Friars as we approach the halfway mark of period number 1. Along to the far wing. Angled up and out of the zone. Putinha and Fedeski. The tallies thus far in this one. 26 seconds for Putinha. And for the Wildcats, 4:42. Fedeski making it that 1-all game. Wildcats here in the offensive zone. Far side left point. Ooh, looking for a tip in front. The Wildcats try to center it up with Chapman down low, and it's going to be cleared back up and out of the zone by Providence. Nice opportunity from the Cats. And now along the near side left, it's wristed in towards Cashin, and she'll glove it down. Stopping the bid there from Parent. We stop play with 9:54 to go here in the first. 1-all from the Whittemore Center in Durham. This is Wildcat hockey from Learfield. Squeeze it all the way, though. Carroll's with a shot. It comes all the way back, end over end, very lightly, very softly back into the Providence zone. Wildcats try to chase it down with McManus. Oh, quickly turned over. Dunbar tried to force a shot off. Cats in the midst of a change here.
I think McManus might have gotten away with a penalty there, trying to chase down the puck in the Providence end, hauled down the Providence defenseman.
Boquist had it for a moment. Now the Wildcats will clear it back to center. Inside 9 minutes to go. Wildcats with Schlegel trying to play it behind her own netminder and Cashin. Wildcats up and out. Played to the near side left wing. 11 Sweater and Rockwell lifts it back into the New Hampshire end. Here's Peltier out to the far side left. Banked along the half wall. Taken back by the Friars into their own end. They retreat back. Rockwell with a headman feed trying to connect up ice with Sansone. Sent further into the New Hampshire zone. The only person there is Peltier for the Wildcats. They get it out to the left side and now cleared up and out. Bouncing puck over the forehand stick of Taylor. Taken back here by the Friars as they get it back to neutral with Rockwell. Up along the left side, carried up ice here by Parent. Through the circle on the near wing, and she'll put on the brakes here on the corner on the right side of Cashin. Inside 8 minutes to play. All even at 1 here from Durham. Played here on the corner by Parent. Tries to center it up, and it comes redirected all the way back into neutral ice. Wildcats will send off a few legs, and now in the midst of a change here, so too are the Friars. Full change as they chip it into the zone.
Yeah, it was partial line change throughout some of that there with the Wildcats. They had Jonna Curtis with Devin Taylor and Hannah Tuzos as we have an icing call on the Cats. That was the first line center, second line right wing, and a fourth line center out there on the ice for an extended amount of time. Now things will get reset properly here with Jonna Curtis centering her two usual line mates.
Face-off control by the Wildcats. There's the captain cycling behind the net. Outlet feed up along the near right. Peltier got it up ice for Taves. Taves now back into the zone. She gets tripped up, and a penalty coming up here against the Friars as they touch up over on the far corner. 7:16 to go here in the first. 1-1 is our score. This is Wildcat hockey from Learfield. They carry into the offensive zone, top of the circle on the left side. They send one wide, and now here's McManus to play on the near right. McManus tries to force one down low. Wildcats with a little bit of trailer help from Hazlitt. Hazlitt there alongside Turner as well. Behind the net, Hazlitt. Hazlitt on the near pipe, tries to lift one upstairs. Instead, stays close to the ice, and it's going to be stick down and then glove down by Myers.
All right, Wildcats once again get a power play, and they force the issue in the Providence defensive end. And it Hazlitt getting the puck down low, and you get that half a second there to make a play. She tries to get it through the 5-hole of the netminder, Madison Myers.
Behind the net, there's Curtis. Back up to the point, Peltier. Out to the far left circle. Curtis with a diagonal, trying to connect with Schlegel. Loose puck for a moment, then Myers covers it up, and it squirts loose. Thought we'd get a very quick whistle there. The official kind of held off there for a moment. And
yeah, that was one of those things there with Amy Schlegel down low. She's a left-handed shot. If she was a right-handed shot, she would have been able to fire that one time with a good angle right in on net. I think she tried it. She was caught between whether to do a backhander or a forehand on that play.
Now inside a minute to go here on the UNH power play. A shorthanded situation back at the opposite end of the ice. A nice bid there from between the dots by Putina, and now it's going to be cleared up and out by the Wildcats. Big blue line feed up ice. Here's Taves. Taves with a drop back feed to John. Curtis now through the circle on the left side. Loose puck between the dots. Fedeschi, her stick being held up. It's going to be walked back to center and now cleared up and out of the zone.
Jonna Curtis had a player, I think it was Schlegel, over the right side. It was open. She saw it, tried to get it through, just couldn't get it through that little opening.
Out to the left side. Wildcats back on top of their own line. A little between the leg feed. Peltier out to the far side left, gets it to Schlegel. Schlegel tries to carry it along the far half wall. There were 3 black sweaters there on her, so they take it away and now clear it back the length of the ice. And there's Hardy now back into the corner over on the far side. 6-foot Hardy opposite Peltier, who stands at 4'11", over on that far corner, and now it's going to be cleared back. 5-on-5. Wildcats now 1 of 2, and now McManus on top the right circle tries to thread run across to Jenna Rowe, who is between the circles. Up along the far side right, cleared back up and out by the Friars. 5 to go here in the first period. Wildcats skating left to right here with a 1-1 game thus far in this one. Putina and Fedeschi for Providence and New Hampshire respectively scoring in this one. Backhanded along here, Howren to the corner here, chased down by McManus. But right there as well as Parent trying to clear it up and out. Friars get it back to center. Wildcats awaited here on the near side with Rowe. Turner here as well on the near red line. Battling for the puck is Boquist. Boquist tries to chase down to the corner. Behind the net, wrapped around to the far wing. Nice job by the Friars over on the right side. Friesen keeping it in. Outside the right circle, taken back, a backhanded feather feed, and a save made by the Wildcats and Cashin. Down low on the circle is Putinha right there. Shot from the point, blocked down. Here's Boquist trying to lift one upstairs. It hits the back glass.
Now that top line of Providence has the Cats scrambling.
Top of the point over on the far side right. Wanting the one-time bid at the point for the Friars was Friesen. A redirect down low comes out wide. Now following it up here is Putinha trying to thread one in front again. Wildcats take control on the corner. Loose puck here. Ricard there, Putinha. Ricard comes away with it, back up to the point. D to D out to the right side. A wrister from the point is sticked out to the mesh behind Cashin. And we'll get a face-off coming up in the offensive zone for the Friars. And you mentioned it, Pete. A lot of activity for Providence, that front line in the New Hampshire end.
Yeah, that was a tough shift for the Wildcats defensively, as the Putinha-Boquist line, who figured in Providence's goal out there for an extended amount.
Shot by Carroll, sent in towards Cashin, and she'll smother it for the whistle. 3:34 to go.
Yeah, right off the face-off, another Providence bid on net.
Circle over on the right side. Providence in their offensive end. It's the Wildcats end of the ice to the left of us. Wildcats try to play out to the corner. Chapman trying to bounce the puck along out to the far wing. Jonna was up ahead. Taken back here by Hardy. Wildcats play it up ice here now with Taves. Taves lifts it along the glass, plays it into the Providence zone. As we approach the 17-minute mark of the period, Curtis here on the near wing. Tries to wrap it out to the corner on the far side. No one there for the Wildcats. Chapman tried to chase down. Now it's going to be cleared up and out of the zone by Hardy. Back to center. Curtis. And Jonna tries to backhand one along. Finds its way in towards Myers. She didn't know if she quite held on to the line. And then when there was no whistle, she, with a backhanded feed, tried to get one across the middle to Chapman.
Yeah, that'll get a chance for some fresh legs to get out there. The Wildcats look like they've weathered that storm of a couple of tough shifts against a potent Providence offense.
Round out to the left side. Walked back out by Providence, out to the far wing by Parent. Followed back out to the far wing, along the right side by Rockwell. Bouncing puck finds a stick here of Devin Taylor. Short feed gets it back to her right D and Videsky. Julia will cycle through the zone and now get it back to center. She'll carry it all the way into the offensive zone by herself. Top left circle, and she gets a shot off, and it's held on to by Myers. Nice job there by Videsky. Already with a tally, trying to notch number 2.
Yeah, she's becoming more and more confident going on the offensive end. She got the puck on the forehand side just outside the face-off circle and wristed a nice heavy shot up high.
Here's a shot from the on a face-off win by the Wildcats in row, and now big strides up ice. Here come the Friars, 2-on-1. Out to the right side, a centering feed. Putinha couldn't quite bury it. Up along the right side, she had Ricard carrying it up as well, and now the Wildcats will take it away behind the net with McManus. McManus playing the loose puck behind the net, trying to backhand it along to the far side left wing. It's going to be kept in at the point there by Providence, and further along into the zone, the Wildcats will try to play. Here's Dunbar. Dunbar couldn't get a full handle of it to at least get it across the line. Now they do so, and now it comes back to center. Controlled here by Franson. Out to the far side right circle, trying to feed one in front just out of the reach of Carl's here right there in front. Comes back behind. Played here to the corner now. Back up to the point. Controlled here by the Friars. Short feed to the top of the circle. Gloved down by the Wildcats. McManus doesn't have a stick, and it got caught up in her sweater. And looked like she was literally going to carry it up and out of the zone, Pete. 1:32 to go here in the period.
Yeah, we had a big collision right there as McHugh ran right into her. And I didn't think there was checking allowed, but well, maybe when you don't have a stick, you can run right into somebody.
Looked like she was trying to carry a watermelon up and out of the zone. It was caught up on the sweater. She had those hands up around her waist area. 1:30 to go. 1:32 to go here in the period. Face-off won by the Friars, and teeing one up high and wide is Sansone. Out to the corner, far side right. Providence in the offensive end. Back up to the point on the right side. D2D feet out to the near side left. Rockwell tries to get one down low. Instead, she gets it back at the point. Little touch feed, tries to play with Sansone on the near side left. Sansone top left circle. She now looks back up to the point. Here's a wrister from straight up that's blocked down in front. Penalty coming up here. It's just backhanded up and out of the zone. It's going to be against the Friars as it's touched up by Rockwell. 59.2 to go. And it looks like another Unitil power play coming up for the Cats.
Yeah, a little slash on Blair Parent.
Fedeschi back to the point. Schlegel back straight up to Peltier. Now it comes down to the right side, and Schlegel back up straight up. Played here by Peltier. Fedeschi feeds it out to the far side left. Wrister blocked down. Curtis over there atop the circle. Curtis regathers it, sends one in, and now up into the air trying to swing and take a swipe at it in there was Schlegel. And now out to the far side, the near side wing from the far side. It's going to be cleared out on the wraparound bid. Out to the near side wing, through the circle. A wrister in front, blocked down, a follow-up bid. Cashin made the initial stop, and it's whistled dead as Cashin goes diving to the ice, as well as a fellow Wildcat trying to smother that puck just outside the goal mount.
Oh, yeah, right there on the doorstep was Cassidy Carroll's. She was just a little bit too far away from that puck. It was a great effort by McPherson. You see it on the overhead replay. Just sat there behind Cashin.
24 to go in the period. Wildcats on the man advantage. They clear it up and out of the zone along the near side right. Here's Turner. Turner and now along the corner here on the glove side left of Myers. Wildcats regather it. Hazlitt back to the point. Nobody there. 10 to go here in the period. Wildcats play with Howard into her own zone. Feeds it up along the right side. A little bit of miscommunication there on the send ahead. And the horn will sound as Dunbar tries to carry it along into the zone. 1 minute and 1 second will remain on the power play for the Wildcats. It's a 1-all tally here from the Whittemore Center. One more break to clean up from our first period rotation. We'll take care of that now. This is Wildcat Hockey from Learfield.
Ralph is good. Great person to have as an ambassador. If we get a break, I want to.
Cats on a Unitil power play for a few more seconds. It's going to be 11 ticks remaining on it, but very much traction up ice here as they had possession for a short time in the offensive zone, and now they regathered at the point after a clearance bid by Providence. And now just like that, as we come back, 5-on-5 we play, but a bid by Fedeski between the dots and a lifted puck upstairs. Goes high and wide. Taves was right there on the doorstep as well. So now here comes Providence back into the offensive zone. A drop back pass comes back up to the point. Kept in along the near side right by Friesen. Coming down low to the corner. Wildcats take control. Nate Bridges, Pete Webster. Here from the Whittemore Center in Durham. Jeremy back at WGIR in Manchester. We thank you all for being with us here on this Sunday. And as Pete alluded to, a busy week ahead here in Wildcat Sports and here on the network. Hockey with a rare Tuesday game coming up, and then a busy Saturday next weekend as well. Along the near wing, Dunbar drops it back, trying to send one in. Was Turner there, dropped to a knee as she couldn't get a full handle on it, full stick on it. Now back the other way. Here come the Friars back into the zone. Ricard got it across the line, the touch feed out to the wing. It looked like Putinha was trying to go down low for a short feed on the goal pipe, and now out to the far side wing. The Wildcats will come back into their offensive end to the left of us. Wildcats skate right to left. Centering feed just ahead of the Wildcats, and Taylor tried to send one along. Comes out to the far side left wing, and it's going to be kept in by the Cats for a moment with Taylor. Played back to center by the Friars. 17:40 to go here in the second period. 1-all. Beltier out of the far neutral. Sends one up ice just ahead of Prowse. Trying to chase down is Franco out on the far corner. Loose puck on the end wall behind Myers. Wildcats try to play it around through the corner to the near side. Hazlitt trying to trail here and take it away. She had it for a moment. Squirts off her stick, and a penalty coming up here against the blue and white. Carried up ice along the near wing by Sansone. And there's Peltier over on the far wing, and I was waiting the whistle there. Both teams had possession, didn't know which way that was going to go. Penalty coming up against Cats, 17:06 to go.
That was almost 3 minutes of action to start this third period, straight action. And then Arma, the referee, was up in the air for quite a while there, and I'm not sure why. He probably fell asleep with his arm up too, as it was a while before the Wildcats touched up the puck. But they're going to go in the shorthand. Critical moment here in the early stages of the second period, with the Wildcats having a player in the box.
Providence 0 of 1 so far on the contest. Backhand feed out to the far side left, top circle. Now down low to the corner. Handcuffed on the centering bid there was Parent. Comes back up to the point. Controlled along the near side right. Snap pass down outside the right circle, McPherson. Out to the near corner now. Parent was there as well. Back up to the point, controlled here by the Friars, and there's Rockwell. Try to do a little tic-tac-toe diagonal here to the circle. Broken up, back up to the point, held in by Rockwell. Touch feed now to the circle. Short feed to Parent down low. Couldn't get a full handle on it again. Parent gets one back to the high slot. Kick save made by Cashin as she went sliding out to her right. Friesen on the bid. Cleared back by the Wildcats to center, courtesy of Carly Taves.
Yeah, Cashin tracked that puck nicely from down to her left, right out to the center. So no harm on that shot there. She read it the whole way.
Cleared back by the Wildcats again, all the way back into the Providence zone. We have 1:05 to go here on the power play in favor of the Friars. Behind the net, looking around out to the near wing, instead they reverse it out to the far side left. Controlled over there by Boquist. And now everyone puts on the brakes behind Myers as they look to send it up ice. Up along the near side right, trying to gather some momentum is Putinha. Top of the circle, cross ice feed out to the circle on the far side left was Boquist. Couldn't quite handle on it. Now she gets it back to the point. Controlled at the straight up point there by Franco, and now out to the far corner, controlled here by Boquist. Boquist on the goal line extended, gets one out to the far side left point. D to D, point to point, played back out to the far side left. Feed down low, goal line extended. Putinha sends one in, cleaned up by Peltier. She lifts one back all the way to neutral ice. 19 to go here on the power play for PC.
Peltier got a foot on that and directed it right at the goal, but Cashin was sharp. Peltier did go behind the net and scaled it all the way down the ice. Your goalie's sharp tonight. That's what I can say. She's sharp.
3-2-1, and now back to full strength are the Wildcats. Jenna Rowe wraps it out to the far side right. We remain at 1 apiece. Out to the far side right. Wildcats clear it back to center. Curtis going to try to chase down opposite Taves. Taves now to the corner, trying to control it for the Wildcats. Lifted along by the Friars to center. Back the other way, McPherson. She gains a line, looking for some room in front. Sending a wrister in, save made by Cashin. Followed up to the far circle, cleaned up by Taves, and now up and out of the zone. Wildcats, if they skated, they had a 2-on-1 developing back the other way of Raditovic and with Curtis. Behind the net, played here by Howard. Howard gets pinched off against the wall. Puck glides out to the corner on the far side. Angled along to the far half wall. Taves is over there. That would have been an interesting 2-on-1. Curtis with Raditovic back the other way for the Cats. Not the pairing you'd expect to see all the time out there, but loose puck comes out to the corner on the far side, playing on the right side of Cashin. Wildcats play outside right circle in their own zone. They clear it back to the point, and now they gather it up and clear it back to center. Wildcats can't quite play it back into the offensive end. Curtis pass was too far behind her from Howard. Comes back to the near wing, and the Wildcats with Raditovic will play it back in their own end. A little bit of sloppy puck handling here by the Wildcats up along the near side left. Again, this feed too far ahead of Hazlitt. Providence plays behind their own net as they now backhand it along the near side right. Hardy out of her reach, and now from center, it's going to be blasted into the zone by Schlegel, and it's kicked aside by Myers. This one cleared all the way back to the UNH end of the ice. Obvious icing whistle here with 13:29 to go here in the second period. It's 1 apiece.
Yeah, sure. Not so sure what that icing was for. Providence wasn't in that bad situation in their own end, but nevertheless, it'll face off to the right of Madison Myers.
Right corner for the Wildcats as they try to play with a loose puck or battle for a loose puck here on the right side of Myers. Approach the 7-minute mark here of the second period. 1-1 is our score. Putinha and Fedeski in the early goings of this one. Wrister from Schlegel on the left point. Whistles wide, hit the end wall, comes back to the point. Now it's cleared up and out. Here come the Friars, 2-on-2 back into the offensive end. Outside left circle, redirected in towards the Wildcats' Cashin, and she'll hold on for the stop. We stop play now with 12:57 to go here in the second period. 1-1 is our score. This is Wildcat hockey from Learfield. Down a bouncing puck, she got a shot off, and now Providence tries to center it up just in front of Cashin. It redirects back to center. Inside 13 to go. 1-1 is our score. Second period here from the Whittemore Center in Durham. UNH women's ice hockey as they wrap up a home-and-home weekend set with the Friars. A give and go for the Wildcats off the side of the cage as they entered the zone over on the right circle. Penalty coming up here against the Friars as a Wildcat was taken down behind the net. Looked like Turner. So now another Unitil power play coming up for the Wildcats with 12:22 to go.
Yeah, that all was because of some effective passing out of the Wildcats' own end and it ended up with a nice sharp bid, hitting just barely outside of the pipe. And that was by Carly Turner, who got taken down unceremoniously behind the net on a little bit of a check. And Wildcats find themselves with another power play.
So Boquist goes off for 2. Wildcats on the power play. They do have 1 power play tally with that Fadeski goal. Out to the far side right. This is a Unitil power play. Out on the corner, a centering feed broken up. Lifted up into the air, gloved down by Jana. Back up to the point now. Here's Peltier. Gets it out to the far side right. Here's Schlegel. She blasts one in, and with ease, it's gloved down by Myers. Myers very strong with that left glove hand.
Yeah, especially when they get up high and she can see them. Schlegel's got a blast of a shot. In fact, early in the period, I think she rang one off the outside of the post in one of those flurries the Wildcats had.
For Dick Umili's Wildcats, for formerly Brian McCloskey's and now Hillary Witts, we're so used to seeing so many forwards out there on the power play. This power play unit consists of 3 D-men for the UNH women. Their front power play unit as it's cleared back by Providence. Peltier, Schlegel, and Fadeski. All the D-men out there for the Wildcats. Curtis alongside Taves, the only 2 forwards out there on this unit. Curtis out to the far side right through neutral ice. Fadeski with a backhand feed looking out to the near wing, and Taves. She gets pinched off against the wall. Peltier keeps it in near side left. Big out cross ice feed out to the right circle. Wildcats try to cross ice it again. Curtis was awaiting it on the left wing, but it redirects back to center. Curtis, bad feed, tries to get it across ice, and now it's taken back the other way by Putinha. Centering bid off the skate of Fadeski as it goes just wide on the near pipe.
Yeah, with Fadeski and Schlegel out there, you get 2 of your biggest players on the ice with the strength and the shot to be effective, but the Wildcats can't get extended time set up in the Providence end.
29 to go on the Boquist penalty. Wildcats on the Unitil power play as Howren plays it just behind Hillary Cashin. Up along the near side left. Wildcats skate right to left. Up along the left side. Chase down here, Turner and Dunbar to the near corner. Loose puck off the end wall, wrapped out to the far corner, played over there by Hardy. Hardy pinched off against the wall by Hazlitt with 6 to go on the power play for New Hampshire. Dunbar doing everything she can to try to knock it aside. Also there is Franco as well. Comes out loose to the near corner. Wildcats hold on to possession in their offensive end. Back up to the point, Howren. She tries to force one in. It's lifted up into the left glove hand again, as it would have gone over the net, but she'll hold on for the stop. 10-12 to go.
Is Madison Myers our first baseman on the softball team, too? She's great with that big paw, that big mitt. That one going up over the crossbar, but she engulfed it.
I think she elevated a little bit, too. Jumped up in the air a little bit.
Not easy to do on skates with pads.
Up along the left side, cleared back by the Friars. Ricard out of her reach, so the Wildcats try to angle it up along the near left, just out of the reach of Chapman. Comes back to center. Friesen out to the far left, and now here come the Friars again. Drop back pass. As Boquist tried to play the feed from Putinha. Out along the far side left. Sent in wide. Off the back kick plate. Chased down by the Wildcats for a moment. And kept in with a nice feed there by Friesen. Puck lifted up into the air. Out to the corner on the right side of Cashin. And now the Wildcats will get it back to neutral ice. Inside 10 to go here in the second period. Wildcats chase it back into their own end. Howren tried to get it across center. Wildcats passing, struggling here in the second period. Cleared back to center. Chapman all the way back into the Providence zone. Icing will be the call against the blue and white. 9:06 to go here in the second period. We'll step aside. This is Wildcat hockey from Learfield. kept in at the point by Taylor. Taylor tries to whip it back to the corner. And now everyone battling for a puck back and forth over on the far wing. Puck comes out loose just inside the line. Wildcats try to look for a seam down low, and a shot whistles wide. Comes out to the corner on the near side. Bouncing puck held onto here by Hazlitt. Hazlitt trying to force it over. Now it's taken back by the Friars along the right side. They skate with it back through the center red line. Parent into the zone. Parent top right circle looking for some room. Instead she'll look behind. Gets it for a trailer. Tries to get it for a trailer. McHugh. That one was ill-fated. Nobody could handle that one. Now it comes back all the way into the Providence zone at the opposite end of the ice.
Yeah, that was actually a good play. If she could have put that right on the stick of McHugh, that would have been a great chance.
Another icing, this one against the Friars. Faceoff will come in the Providence zone, 7:44 to go.
So to wrap up our what's happening on the Wildcat campus, the Wildcat men's basketball team right now is in the preseason NIT against Virginia, and it's not really going the Cats' way. West Virginia 90, UNH 37.
How much time is left in that one?
Too much. I'm 2:55.
Oh. Here at the Whittemore Center, it's 1-1. New Hampshire and Providence. Key hockey's points on the line here this weekend. Wildcats trying to salvage a split here against the Friars. They fell yesterday after being up 3-1. Penalty coming up here against the Cats and Turner as they play a loose puck here in the offensive zone. 7:13 to go. Wildcats down a skater for the next 2 minutes.
And don't go anywhere. Carly Turner, don't hide. The freshman out of Scottsdale, Arizona, will sit down and get a little checking from behind. Not sure, it could be cross-checking or hitting from behind. But she's going to have a seat here. And again, another critical junction for the Wildcats as they have to kill off past the midway point of this game. Kill off a penalty.
Almost toe dragging one in. Regathered here. Putinha, top right circle. She now holds it with her forehand. Skates with it to the point. Now a backhand feed, a top circle. Wrister in front, blocked down. Trying to force it in. There was Franco. Along the near wing. Franco trying to hold it in. Nice job by Peltier from midair. Getting it back and clearing it back through center. Well out of her crease to play was Meyer. She came almost to the top of her right circle. Wildcats now on the takeaway. Peltier, top left circle, looking to backhand it further along. She gets sandwiched off this time by 3 black skaters, black sweaters as she brought it into the zone. Peltier now back at center again, battling for the loose puck. And boy, Pete, for 4'11", she really takes control of that puck out there, doesn't she?
She just made about 5 plays in the penalty kill. Just doing a great job.
Now a shorthanded bid for the Wildcats in the zone. Here's Fedeschi trying to get it behind the net. Taylor couldn't quite handle. And now it's going to be cleared back to center ice. Putinha lost an edge. Hazlitt got a handle of it and got it back into Providence territory, but there was Franco on the takeaway. Wildcats again with possession in their own end as they lift it back all the way to the other end of the ice. Now inside 6 to go, 40 to go on the PK for the Wildcats.
Yeah, this hounding of the puck by UNH is not giving Providence any chance at all to get it into the UNH end.
Providence with a diagonal out to the far side left, wrapped around the boards out to the near corner. Wildcats and Howard trying to clear it up and out, kept in along the near side right point with Rockwell looking down low. Parent now out to the near side right. It's Van Pelt back up to the point. Rockwell give and go, backhanded feed, a wrister in towards Cashin, and she'll hold on. Friesen with the wrister from the right point, and a face-off coming up in the New Hampshire zone.
Yeah, from our angle here, there was easy vision on that shot by Kate Friesen. Hillary Cashin just let it hit the end of her UNH logo and bounce right down into her big glove.
Face-off on the near dot, comes back up to the point. Outside right circle, now back straight up. Rockwell trying to force one in. Outside the right pipe, hits the end wall. Behind the net, controlled there by the Friars. Sansone, she reverses. And now here's Parent. Parent looking on the dot, sends one in, redirects out to the far corner. Cats have killed off another power play against. And now we have 5 minutes even to play here in the second period. With a 1-1 game. Have not had a tally since all the way back at the 4-minute and 42-second mark of the first period. That one a Julia Fedeschi goal. We skate 1-1 as Chapman and Rowe try to get it back to center.
Yeah, it seems like both teams making sure they clog up the center zone right now and not give any golden opportunities on an odd man rush.
Rowe Taves over on the corner, trying to play the loose puck. Instead, skating away with it was McPherson. Behind the net, McPherson now looking back up to the point. Gets it to the near side right, Klein. Now it's McPherson again as she pivots to the top of the right circle. Here's Parent, been out there for an extended amount of time. Was on there for the power play and now for the 5-on-5 as well. She'll follow it up out to the far wing. Parent does. Cleared back to the point. Now up and out of the zone. It split the D-men. And so gliding back into the zone, Dove will play for the Friars. And now a big headband feed as Hardy wanted it on the near point as she heard her slapping the stick on the ice just down in front of us. Wildcat.
That also alerted the other team, which is UNH.
She was.
Not sure if that's the greatest move, but
Peltier out to the far wing. Wildcats play with Dunbar. Pass snap back across center. Out to the far right. And offside is the call. We'll step aside. 3:41 to go in the second period. This is Wildcat hockey from Learfield.
Your UNH men's hockey.
To the loose puck to the side of Hillary Cashin.
yeah, you said a couple of big points in Hockey East on the line here. Yeah, if the Cats can eke out this one, they are 3 points behind Providence with a 3-6 record. Providence 4-3-1 in the league. Those points would be huge, closing that gap there with the top 4 and where UNH is at in the standings.
Loose puck chased down here to the near corner. Played here by Ricard. Now angled along the near half wall. Jump ball with Prouse as she tries to play. Now Howren gets a snap feed off to Taylor as she skates back across the center line. Trying to chase down the loose puck here to the near wing was Prouse, so too Taylor. And for the Friars, so too Goodrich. Pinched off against the corner. Prouse knocked to the ice, hit from behind, no whistle, and it comes back behind the net. And there's Brooke Boquist. Boquist with a big angle up ice to Patinia. Up along her right side, she has Ricard as well. Off the end wall, played here by the Wildcats on the send ahead. Played back along the near wing, and there's Prouse as she clears it back the length of the ice into Providence territory, and there's the icing whistle against the Cats. Stopping play with 2:33 to go.
And the Wildcats want to make sure they take care of the defensive end, and you know, Prouse wants to clear the zone there. I don't think she realized she had enough time to actually corral the puck and look for the next diagonal pass on the breakout. That's all right. Take care of the D first.
Along the near wing, kept in at the point by the Friars. Wildcats break it up, and Howren will now clear it back along the far side right. She got the feed over for Taylor. Hazlitt skates with it into the zone, tries to force a wrister in. Hits a body, and it's blocked down and redirected out to the corner on the far side. Friars lifted along the far half wall, kept in by a streaking Peltier. She tries to fire one out to the corner, and said it hit a body, and the puck comes back to neutral ice. There's Schlegel for the Wildcats near left neutral. Sends a wrister, and it bounces out to the far corner deep inside Providence territory. Inside 2 minutes to go, one apiece, Wildcats and Friars. Centering feed, a shot whistles high and wide. Comes back behind the net, and there's Taves trying to jam it in on the short pipe. Comes out along to the right side, and Providence will clear it up and out of the zone. Wrists it out to the far corner, the opposite quarter by Sansone. Wildcats looking for a big home run feed up ice, and the Wildcats will pull back as Taves will just lift it into the zone. Wildcats in the mix of a change right there as the Friars now clear it back to neutral ice. Wildcats getting a bit tangled up over there in front of their own bench. Turner was over there. Dunbar trying to chase down as well into the offensive end. Friars skate with it along the near side. Played along the right side of the ice. Sansone tries to clear it out. Cats keep it in. Nice job here at the point. McManus couldn't quite carry it along. There's Howard on top of the center Wildcat logo. And now Murph will give us the 1 minute call remaining here in this second period. One goal apiece for the Wildcats and the Friars. Here from the Witt. Played here along the near half wall. McManus gets knocked down. Coach Witt looking for a penalty there. And now Hardy, with her long strides, bring it into the New Hampshire zone. She sends one wide off the Wentworth Douglas Express Care logo behind Cashin on the end wall. Hardy regathers it at center and now plays it back on in to the New Hampshire end. Out to the right side, banked along the far half wall. And quickly, Providence will send it right back on in to the New Hampshire end. We get a whistle in neutral ice.
We have too many men on the ice. No, we have a hooking call. Somebody who had already snuck back on the bench for Providence. So this will give the Wildcats a power play. 22.1 seconds left. And so a minute and 38 will carry over into the next period. Nobody wants to come off the Providence bench. Head coach Bob Duraney giving an earful to the linesman. Not too many players on the ice. Yeah, okay. All right. Come on, Bob. Get somebody in the penalty box. There we go. There we go. Nevin Pelt, who hasn't been on the ice a whole lot here this afternoon, freshman out of Mitchell, Ontario. She'll serve the bench minor. Thanks, Bob.
So we'll see what the Wildcats can do here with this Unitil power play. They had a power play in the closing moments of the first period. Only a few seconds remain here in the second period. Only 13 to go here on the game clock. Out to the right side, Wildcats get it back to neutral ice. Center red line, here's Curtis. She loses an edge as she tries to get it back into the Providence zone. 2 seconds to go in the period. Big seam up ice for the Friars as the horn sounds. And Carls streaks into the zone. All kinds of daylight ahead of her as the horn sounds on period number 2. We'll step aside, one more break from our second period rotation. You're listening to Wildcat Hockey from Learfield.
Lunch, that's a breakfast plate.
Cats on the Unitil power play for the next 1 minute and 6 seconds. Just underway here in the third period. One apiece between the Wildcats and the Friars. Schlegel plays back up to the point. Peltier slides it out to the left side, and there's Curtis. Jonna now crisscrosses with Peltier. Curtis now tries to get a shot off, and it's redirected up into the mesh. 19-13 to go here in the third. 52 to go here on the Unitil power play. Nate Bridges, Pete Webster here from the Whittemore Center in Durham as the Wildcats wrap up the home and home against the Friars.
Well, Hillary Witt elects to keep that line out there. They've been out there 47 seconds to start this period. Jonna Curtis centering.
Fadeski up to Schlegel. Schlegel looking for a seam on the near circle. Comes out to the corner. Back up to the point. Here's Peltier. Peltier inside blue line. Here's Schlegel now. Schlegel top right circle. Gets it to the high slot. Sends one out wide. Off the end wall. Fadeski tries to clean it up in a top shelf bid off the crossbar. And a follow-up bid and a score. Schlegel played the rebound as the Wildcats take the lead. A power play goal. And Pete, that one all started off a crossbar pipe from the far side left.
Oh, I know. You got to watch the replay of that one. That hit two pipes. You know how I like puck on pipe in the afternoon. But Schlegel right there for the follow-up after it came off the post and the crossbar. Right on the ice, slotted it home, and the Cats have the first lead of the afternoon.
2-1 the score. Wildcats play the face-off win out to the far side left. Wildcats try to chase down McManus now to the corner. McManus in the offensive zone. Taken away here by the Friars and Boquist. Comes back out to the far side left. A power play goal for the Wildcats. 2 power play tallies so far in this one. McManus tries to chase down. Played behind the net, out to the far side right. Ricard over there, cleared up and out of the zone by the Friars. Diagonal out to the near side left. Coutinho, she has the lone tally for the Friars here. That one came in the opening minute of play. Back up to the point on the near side left. Shot blocked down off the stick there of Goodrich. Followed up here to the near corner. Played here by McPherson. McPherson looking to get it back up to the point. She now holds it and retreats back. She pivots on the near hash marks rather. Comes out to the corner, and now Wildcats try to angle it up and out of the zone. Finds the stick here of Parent as she lifts it along deeper into the zone. This one atop the corner on the near goal line extended. Comes out to McManus behind Hillary Cashin. Puck comes back out to the corner on the near side as Parent tries to walk away with it. 2 of each sweater here battling for the loose puck on the near wing, and now it's Sansone sending one in. On the circle, across ice, centering feed broken up, and now the Wildcats come away with it on the near right neutral. Back through center, losing an edge was McManus. She got it off to Dunbar. The Wildcats try to get some fresh legs out there.
Yeah, that line spent an awful lot of time in the defensive zone. They had to get off. Carly Turner took a whack upside the head. She's okay on the bench, I think, starting that breakout.
Peltier got it out to the far side left, and from mid-ice, the Wildcats send it into Myers, and she'll glove it down, and a face-off will come in the Providence zone.
Yeah, they came out from Amy Schlegel, who has a goal and an assist this afternoon. Assisted on the first goal by Julia Fadeski, and potted home the go-ahead goal here in the third period.
Both teams battle the loose puck over on the far half wall. We are inside 17 to go here in the third period.
They playing Twister over there or something?
Devin Taylor trying to walk away with it. Here's Friesen out to the near side left, and it's angled along here by Carrolls. Back through center. Trying to walk it into the zone there was Van Pelt. Really the only time we've mentioned Van Pelt's name was when she served that too many men call in the latter stages of the second period. Up along the left side, carried along here by Friesen as she brings it into the zone. Quickly the Wildcats take it back. Peltier skates with it out to the far side left. She gains the line, not for long. Cats Had 4 skaters coming across. I think it was Chapman who jumped the gun, and a face-off will come in neutral ice. 16-12 to go.
All right, this is part of that key that I had, my number 1 key. You have to improve as the game goes on. Wildcats got the go-ahead goal here in the 3rd period. Now they have to get better to try to secure these 2 points.
Shoveled along by the Wildcats' Fedesky. She tried to send it out to the corner on the near side. Atop the near blue line, Taves comes away with it. Taves trying to skate with it between the hash marks, tries to jam it in 5-hole. Curtis was there as well, trying to play a rebound, but net comes off its pegs as Madison Myers was scrambling.
Yeah, they're going to bring
for a little cover up there.
Yeah, they're going to bring the faceoff out to center ice, I believe, too. It's ruled that Wildcat ran into the goaltender to knock it off the pegs. But Carly Taves taking it right up the middle, taking it right through the skates of the defenseman. She got through and got a little backhand bit off.
Yeah, she really made something out of nothing. Looked like she was going to split defenders. Then she kind of swiveled out to the left side to force one in. Nice job by Jonna trying to take advantage of a rebound opportunity as well. To the corner, far wing, cleared back by the Friars to center. Wildcats quickly send it right back on into the Providence zone. That was Howard over on the far side left. Over on the wing, Dove tries to get it back across center. Cleared back, taken by the Wildcats on top of their own line. Howard tries to force one over to the near wing. Nifty move by Turner. With one arm, she tried to steer it along into the zone. Follows it up to the corner, but Providence takes control over on the far wing. Penalty coming up against the Wildcats this time. Should be a body checking call against Turner over on the far side. Chased down by the Wildcats in row, deep in her own zone. 15:05 to go here in the 3rd period with a 2-1 lead and a penalty coming up against the Wildcats.
Yeah, a little too hard by Turner with the stick pinching off Rachel Rockwell, who kind of felt that stick work right in her midsection. Yeah, Turner needed to just have a couple of more strides on the skating side to get the good wedge angle. And stay away from that stick work so you don't end up in the penalty box.
At the point, Friars on the man advantage. Out to the corner on the far side right. Back along the far hash marks, looking back up to the point. They get it straight up. Franco, she gets a shot off, blocked down off the body of Rowe in front of Cashin. Loose puck out to the corner on the far side, gets it to the right point. D to D, played at the points and flutters in towards Cashin. Shot there taken by Friesen, comes out to the near half wall. Cats trying to clear it up now with Taylor. Now everyone crashes the near half wall, and it's taken back by Friesen, back up to the point. Held on to straight up by Franco, tries to get it off to the far right. She'll now pivot with it and get it to the near side left point, back up to the point straight up. Here's a slap shot that whistles wide. Puck redirected up into the air, cleared back through the point man, and it comes back the length of the ice. Friesen with a bid over on the far side right.
Yeah, Parent also got a follow-up there. I think she tried to go top shelf over Cashin, but Cashin's big, and she had that covered.
Putinha skates with it out to the right circle. Nice job by the Wildcats on the poke check away. Putinha now steers it out to the near wing, lifted along, down low in the circle, angled back up to the point, but not up and out of the zone. Dove here guarding the near side point, and now on the corner. The Friars look to play it behind the net. It hits the official's skate there, kind of finds its way onto a forehand stick on the far side of Putinha. And there's Boquist as well, outside right circle. Back at the point. One time, a slap shot bid that is redirected wide off the end wall, comes out to the corner on the far side. 26 to go here on the penalty against Turner. We have inside 13.5 to go in the 3rd period, and the Wildcats clear it back all the way towards Myers.
Yeah, a chance for fresh legs here in the last part of this penalty kill.
Back into the New Hampshire zone. Howren gets it out to Pelletier. 7 to go on the power play. Wildcats redirect it back into the Providence zone. Hazlitt got a piece of it. Now along the near wing, it's going to be sent back on into the UNH end, but there's Howren again, going to send it all the way out to the other end of the ice. Not sure what she was looking for on the opposite side, and icing will be whistled against the Cats with inside 13 to go.
Yeah, maybe a little freshman mistake there. Have to know that the penalty on your side has expired, so icing can come into play. That's all right. Freshmen make mistakes now and then.
In front of Cashin. Providence tries to jam it in with Parent on the near pipe. Comes out loose to the near side, and now at the left side, it's going to be sent in wide off the stick of Lauren Klein. Back up to the right side, kept in over on the right by Friesen. Out to the corner on the far wing, there's Parent. Parent looking for a seam, and now she'll reverse back out to the far half wall. Down low feed, Parent again, regathers it. Centering feed broken up. She plays it out to the corner again. With her forehand stick, she gets it back up to the high slot, looking for Sansone. Wildcats clean it up and now walk it back, and Taylor gets it out to the far side left. And the Cats and Prouse will wrap it back into the Providence end. There's Taylor trying to pick the pocket there of Myers as she very nonchalantly tried to get it out to her teammate, and now up along the right side. Big strides again from Hardy, 6 foot, carries it behind the net. Hardy looking for someone up the gut. Instead, she'll cycle it back up to the point. Kept in along the near half wall, drop down low feed. Van Pelt behind the net, gets it knocked off her stick, and there's Hardy again to regather it. Shoveled along to the corner out on the far side. There's Schlegel, up ice feed, trying to get it over for Dunbar, broken up, and now it comes end over end back to center ice. Friars lift it back on into the New Hampshire zone. Wildcats try to chase it down with Jenna Rowe. There's Hardy again. Hardy trying to force one in off the side of the cage. Comes loose out to the corner on the far wing. Hardy was there. Wildcats and Rowe play it up along the far wing, and there's Dunbar trying to get a short feed over for Turner, who is skating right in front of her. Comes all the way in towards Cashin, and she looked to cover it up, but there's Schlegel to send an outlet feed out to the far side left wing, and as the Wildcats and Dunbar send it into the Providence zone.
Yeah, that wasn't the place to cover it up there. There were no Friars around, and they were making a line change and a chance to get a good headman pass up. So that was a good miscue.
Coutinho now Boquist along the near side, taken away by Fedeski. Gets it over out to the wing, and there's Howren trying to carry it up along far neutral ice, taken back by the Friars. Out to top the far side right circle. Here's a shot that is redirected well wide. Wildcats clean it up and clear it out. Along the far neutral zone, inside 11 to go here in the third period. 2-1, Wildcats take the lead on a power play goal, courtesy of Amy Schlegel back at the 1:09 mark. Providence back into the offensive end. Hits the left glove hand of Fedeski as it goes high, open over the crossbar, and now the Wildcats will come back with Curtis. Jana, top of the circle over on the far left, looks in front, carries it along. Poke checked away by Dove, and now taken away by the Friars as Boquist gets it back over across center. Parent into the zone. Peltier over on the corner, trying to take control for the Wildcats. Peltier will now chase it down over on the far wing. Sansone gets hit up against the wall. And a lost an edge, fell funny into the far half wall. Wildcats and Friars with a 1-goal affair as a centering feed is broken up just in front of Cashin. McPherson was right there at the top of the slot. Comes behind the net, trying to jam it in on the pipe of the Friars with Parent. Comes out loose through the corner, through the point, and it comes back to center.
Yeah, the Wildcats not only have to be wary of the first line of Providence, but their second line with Parent, McPherson, and Sansone. They've piled up some good numbers here this year and are posing a pretty good threat to the Wildcat defense right now.
Peltier out to Schlegel. Diagonal up ice, here's Taylor. Taylor gets a shot off wide. Off the corner on the far side, Cats try to keep it in, but there's Rowe. She can't quite get it to the line in time on a change. So now the Wildcats will play it on the neutral zone and backhand it along. Glove down here by Klein. Here's Parent up along the near side left. Tries to angle it off the near boards. Schlegel and Parent skate with it to the near corner. Behind the net, bouncing puck out to the corner on the far side. A centering feed through everybody. Comes back to Parent to and through the point. She'll carry it in neutral ice.
The Parent was just heading to the bench after being taken down. She just happened to be at the right place that time.
Cleared back through neutral ice. Icing waved off as the Cats try to chase down with Hazlitt here on the near corner. Also there, Goodrich for Providence College. Bouncing puck comes over to the corner on the far wing. Dunbar is there, so too Goodrich. Also over there is Van Pelt. And along the far wing, the Wildcats trying to keep it in over there with Dunbar. Guarding the point is Peltier. Inside 8.5 to go. Here's a blast from the point. It hit the leg of Turner on the blast from Peltier at the left point. Loose again out to the corner on the far side. Wildcats and Dunbar try to come away with it. Dunbar to the circle, drop back feed. Turner tries to get a shot off. Puck comes bouncing back on the clearance by Providence. All the way back into the New Hampshire end, where we approach the 12-minute mark of the third period. 2-1, Wildcats with the lead.
Another one of these rapidly played periods, too. That's what the Cats want. Keep that clock moving.
Wildcats take control in their own zone. Peltier tries to lift it back into neutral ice. There the Friars to send it ahead with Rockwell. Behind the net and around. Cats clear it back to center. Dove out to the near side left. Redirected off the near glass. Providence trying to carry it along into the zone. Instead, there's Peltier. She lifts it up into the crowd. 7.5 to go here in the third period. 2-1. Wildcats on top. This is Wildcat hockey from Learfield.
Wow, it's not even 3:40.
Really?
Yeah,
you're right.
Jeez. Fast. Wow, fast.
Howard sends it into the Providence zone. We're approaching now the 13-minute mark here of regulation. 2-1, Wildcats on top of Providence College. Behind the net, Wildcats play, and now a feed up ice for Taves in her own zone. She gets tripped up here along the near half wall and turned back. Here comes McPherson. Wildcats and Taves get a handle on it and send it further into their zone, deeper into their zone, as the Wildcats will send an outlet feed up ice, and there's Curtis trying to skate with it along the wing. Curtis on the takeaway, sends one in, and she gets taken down, and a penalty coming up here against the Friars. 6:35 to go in the third period. Unitil power play coming up, 2-1 our score. Wildcats on top. This is Wildcat hockey from Learfield. Afternoon, Taves plays on the near corner. So Wildcats, Taves, Fedeschi, Curtis, Schlegel, and Peltier out there on the Unitil power play. Unitil Energy for Life, top left circle. Cats in the offensive end to the right of us. Here's Peltier looking to thread one down low. Schlegel was awaiting it on the near pipe and now turned back. Shorthanded back into the zone. Here come the Friars out to the far side right. Hardy into the zone. Spray some snow over on the far corner. She put on the brakes. Outside right circle now. A one-time bid from straight up. Friesen with the blast. And now it comes back to Peltier just behind her own netminder. Backhanded feed out to the far side left, and now here's Curtis. You got to expect Providence here to press a little bit here with now inside 6 to go, and a shorthanded bid turned back again. Hit along the near side left. Here's a shot that's stick to side off the stick of Putinha. Behind the net, another turnaround bid that's blocked down to the left of Cashin. Wildcats clear it up and out of the zone along the far side left. Here's Turner. Turner gets it poke checked away, and now she'll have to pivot back into her own zone and regather it. Inside a minute to go here on this power play for the blue and white.
Yeah, you certainly want to protect the puck on this power play, but you also have to have a level of intensity and not slow your pace down.
Peltier skates with it into the zone, kicked aside there by the Friars, and there's Sansone on the clear. We approach the 15-minute mark, a half minute to go here on this power play for the Cats. Drop down to her right, Cashin leaves it off for Turner. Turner behind the net. Big pressure here from Providence in the offense, in the UNH zone. Up along the near side right, here's Turner. She wraps it around out to the end wall as Myers comes out to play. Banked along the near corner. Up ice, Parent just out of her reach, and there's Howren. Howren to play in her own zone. D to D out to the far side left. Back to Howren on the near side right. Wildcats and Friars now at full strength as we play now with 4.5 to go in the third period. 2-1 Wildcats with a 1-goal lead here from the Whit in Durham. Out to the corner. Providence in their own zone trying to get it up along the far side right, and now it's cleared back courtesy of McPherson. All the way back into the New Hampshire zone. Trying to chase it back there is Howren. Backhanded feed out to Jenna Rowe. Rowe tries to play it out to the corner. Angled along the near glass. Cleared the length of the ice, but nice job by the speedy Chapman out to the corner to avoid the icing whistle. Behind the net, just behind Curtis. Chased down over to the far wing by Klein. Banked along the far kick plate and up and out of the zone by the Friars. Regathering it here is Putina out to the far side right. Top of the circle. Drop back feed to the point right side. Shot that's blocked down in front. The Wildcats are going to clear up and out. Too hot to handle off the forehand stick of Taves. Regathered by the Friars who try to send it further ahead into the offensive zone. Played along the near side left as Carrolls tries to get it up ice further for Brooke Boquist. Boquist here couldn't quite get a full stick on it. Cleared back by Jenna Rowe along the near half wall, but regathered quickly by Carrolls again outside left circle. She sends one in and it's sticked aside. Wildcats try to clean it up here out to the near corner. Played here by the Wildcats and Taves, and now here's Curtis. Curtis skates along the near side right. Jonna looks into the zone. All by her lonesome. She skates along the right circle. Gets it taken off her stick, and here are the Friars to clear it back up and out of the zone as it's carried along by Putina.
Yeah, Jonna Curtis looked like she wanted to take it all away, but she was at the very end of her shift. Tired like she had to get off.
Left side shot from the point. Sticked aside by Myers. Got it out to the end wall. Cleaned up behind the net out to the corner. McPherson. Out through the circle, and now up ice. Here's Parent. Parent now across the line into the zone. Top of the circle. Fedeschi got a piece of it. Now it's followed up to the near corner by both squads. We approach 2.5 to go here in the third period. Out to the far side left. Wildcats come away with it as they get it back across neutral. Lifted along the far glass. I think it hit the inside of the penalty bench. And we'll get a whistle. 2:27 to go in the third period. We'll take our final timeout. 2-1. Wildcats on top. This is Wildcat hockey from Learfield. Parent tries to skate up with it into the New Hampshire zone, gets it knocked off her stick, so the Wildcats come away with it with Rowe out to the far side left. Inside 2 to go here in the third period. Wildcats with a 1-goal lead, 2-1 against Providence College. Centering feed off the stick of Putina, chased down here by Peltier. Peltier with a touch pass up ice trying to get it for Taves. Glove down here by Curtis, and now turned back to the Friars along the near wing. Boquist tries to send it further along. There's Peltier to tap it back through neutral ice. Off the near half wall. The Friars trying to get it back to the line, and now it's cleared up and out of the neutral zone and up ice as Providence tries to chase it down to the corner. Extra attacker out there now for Providence as Myers comes off the ice out to the far wing just atop the far blue line. Wildcats come away with it. They clear it back to center. Knocked off the stick of Jonna, and now out to the right side. Here come the Friars again into the offensive zone. Shot that's knocked down in front. Bouncing puck in front of Cashin on the redirect, and the Wildcats will clear it back into the Providence end. Inside a minute to go. Out to the far side right. Big headman feed looking for Dove. Icing should be whistled here. Yes, it is against Providence College. So Myers is going to come back out onto the ice, and we'll get a face-off in the offensive zone for the Wildcats.
Yeah, you can see Jonna Curtis out at center ice. She knew the goaltender was on the bench. She got by one player out there at center ice, but on the second little stick handle, she lost control. And She wasn't in a spot she could just fire it down because icing would still be the call if she missed. We're going to have a timeout here. Providence is going to use their timeout. Head coach Bob Durrani is going to talk about things for Providence. The face-off is going to be all the way back in the Friar end, right to the right of Myers. Wow, a totally different third period here and end of the game than yesterday. As I mentioned, shots on goal in the second period alone, 5 for each team. Yesterday it was 15 for each team. That was 30 or 20 more shots on net in yesterday's second period than today. Ooh. Both teams really tightened things up, and they've tightened things up here in this third period as well. Providence does have a 9-4 shot advantage, but the Wildcats have the only goal of this period, a power play goal by Amy Schlegel.
A lot of neutralized play in this third period especially. Just clogging up literally the middle of the ice, not just the middle of these lanes, these passing lanes, but just this between these blue lines. Both teams doing everything they can to get it into these offensive zones.
Yeah, I don't think it's the size of the ice sheet either down at Schneider Arena. It is a smaller ice surface, but these two teams came with the intent purpose of playing a little bit more defense here, and they certainly have this afternoon.
Coming away with it are the Friars on the face-off win. Lifted back to center. Glove down here by Peltier on her own line. Myers looking back to the bench on when she should come out. Providence has not been able to get it over the line yet. Fidesky now plays it back into her own end, and Howren, she banks it along the far kick plate. Now we have a half minute to play here in the third period. Gathered up here by the Friars on the near wing. Trying to carry it along here is Dove. Taken back by the Wildcats. Now here along the near wing is Carroll. She tries to tee one up and lift one upstairs. Karam's out through the corner. Extra attacker out there now for the Friars as the puck is lifted up into section 114. And now we have 14.7 to go here in the third. Still that extra attacker out there for PC.
And really importantly, too, the faceoff is outside the blue line. It was not deflected by a Wildcat. It just went off the backhand of the defenseman out there at the point.
So far dot, UNH half of the ice. Extra attacker still out there for Providence. They win the draw. Comes out to the near wing. Poutinia along the near left point. Takes a shot in there, and it's redirected off the stick of Fidesky. 5.4 to go. And the faceoff will come in the UNH zone as it came off Fidesky's redirect.
All right, Cats, you got to make one more play, maybe two more little plays here to secure this victory.
Bob Durrani wanting a review on the clock situation. Feels there should be more time added to it.
All right, I think they probably are going to. Is a quick nod by the referee, 5.9. All right, half a second.
Yep. Face-off on the right side of Cashman. 5.9 to go. Face-off pushed along by the Friars. Poutinia turns around, fires one in. Sticked away there by Cashin. And the horn sounds on regulation. A nice week for the Wildcats. 2 wins, one against Harvard in overtime earlier this week, and now 2 points in league play as they split the weekend set against the Providence College Friars. Final score of 2-1.
Wow, they did have to make that 1-2 extra plays there in the end as the shot came in. An awkward save there by Hillary Cashin, but she secures the victory with that save there. The Wildcats very, very happy to take 2 wins this week and get, as you said, Nate, those 2 points in Hockey East. Good win for the Wildcats today.
2-1 the final score. We have the post-game show presented by Bud Light when we return to the Whittemore Center in Durham. Thanks for being with us. This is Wildcat Hockey from Learfield.